Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm continuing in my pencil drawing, pencil sketch of a young Sean Connery. And I showed you how to use grid lines to help line things up. And the same with large dark spaces, shapes, and smaller ones. So now I'm going to do a little bit of fine tuning of some of these shapes. And I see this kind of comes a little bit like that. And also just put a little bit more pressure. It goes up a little bit and then cuts across. I'm not worried about if I've done a little bit of uh, marking up other spots. That's not going to show. And the reality is this part of the forest, there's only a very light white area up there. So I can just fill this in with grid lines, get this part darker. And I can do the same, goes all the way back over here. It's much further back than I had it. There's a little dark thing over here. And this whole dark shape. Get that ear. And I can see like this is a grid line, they line up like this. So this eyebrow is kind of about over here. And this one is kind of about like this. And then curves down over here. Part of that shape. So what I'm doing is I'm going within the darker shapes. And you can see when I put in darker lines, the other lines all of a sudden don't look so dark. And I'm still with a 2B pencil. So I eventually can make these a lot darker than I have them. And that will make the other pencil lines, pretty well invisible. Fine tuning a bit of the nose. It's a little darker, more darker in the front there like that. And then comes around like here. This one is more dark over there. Across. Still not trying to make final commitments. Sometimes joke with my students. It's like when you go on one date, you don't commit to the relationship. You have to get to know the person. The commitment comes later. So it's kind of the same thing here. I don't have to commit to a line. I still need to get to know my subject. I'm constantly studying and trying to understand my subject a little bit better. This is much darker coming down here. This is sort of the nose. There's this thing that curves up there. It comes around like this. It curves under here. Into that line there. But the whole dark shade comes up to the mouth over like this. And around like that. So this is all going to be a little bit more dark. A little bit more of the mouth. Just a little bit darker through here. There's a bit of a dark thing coming up over there. So I've taken this one thing that I started in a large dark shape, and you can see I've just got the area under the lip, between the upper lip and lower lip. I haven't really carved anything out. It's not an exact shape to what is I'm seeing, but it's in the ballpark, as I often like to say. This I can move over a little bit. So I'm going to move an eye. It's very easy. It's get a little darker. Now all of a sudden, whatever I had before doesn't even show. And then this is the tricky part under here. Go down to his shirt collar, this hole, cast shadow of his head onto his neck, and actually casts right down. I'm noticing, I didn't notice before, over the shirt collar and into his suit jacket. Let's going to get this one up here. Let's get this a bit darker there. Now I might make adjustments still. I'm not sure. I'm still very light. And when I actually get to really dark pencil lines, as I said now several times, these won't show. They won't be there. The last thing I'll just try to get is this little bit of the collar. So it comes about like this. And a triangle like that. And then his tie, which is a dark spot, which I've kind of haven't really touched for a couple of installments. And this is all dark, this tie. All dark. And the shirt collar comes like this. And down here. And this comes down like that. This comes out a little bit lower than I had it, about over there. All right, that's all I'll do for now. Stay tuned. We'll come back and continue to work on this, and soon I'll actually move to a slightly softer pencil to continue to fine tune and be able to press a little bit harder, make things a little bit darker. So thank you. I look forward to next time. Bye-bye.